Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 19 horsepower test, and today we are looking at the Warrior and the Tatra. Now I'm looking at these two today as the Phoenix Tatra. It is 6x6, it's 6-wheel drive, and this one is only rear wheel drive. The 2-axle, I think it is the 2 axles. Yeah, we've got the drive shaft running down, and obviously no axle on the front, no powered axle, but that shouldn't make any difference. The main reason is for the horsepower. Now this one is 462 and this one is 460, so they should be quite equally matched, but well, we shall see. As I was the first horsepower test we've done, we were using the MAN TGS, the 500 horsepower, and this one so far has proved to be one of the best trucks for the money, because it outpowered the MAN TGX forest truck, the standard one, the 640 horsepower. It made that look silly, it really did. So we're going to do the same with the Lizard. Now first of all, I've changed the course a little bit. I've got some cones set up and we've got 4 different checkpoints. So first off, we will just drive straight up there and I'll show you where the checkpoints are. So before we were starting from there, this way we can gain a little bit of speed coming around this bend, and then that way I've got the cones on the left and right there. That's your first checkpoint. Let's see what speed we're getting up there, and then we come to our next checkpoint just there, just past the bend, and then we go to the top and the next checkpoint's there. And then over the end is the last one, and that's where we get the final speed for what it's managed up the hill. Yeah, I should have probably driven a little bit slower. They're just there, and then the next one's just down here. Job's a good one. You can see what we're trying to achieve, just to see what the difference is. So let's do a little shortcut over the top here. So in all the tests, I think I'm going to use this as a baseline. Right, so we'll start off with the MAN, and it will set it on cruise control so it will go as fast as it can. Let's go. So around this first bend, I'm going to try and stay on the right hand side of it, and then we will sweep in as we come around the bend. If I can do that on all of them, should be able to get a decent speed going through each checkpoint. So that one's about 36 miles an hour. And we are slowing down, it's struggling. And then we're going to hit that one at 14. Try and stay in the centre of the road, and then this next checkpoint is where it slows down the most, and then it starts to accelerate, which you're talking 11 miles an hour. So they're not pulling, well, that is a lot of weight on the back of these trailers anyway, and we've got wheat in them. And across at 32, 33. Right, on to the Tatra. So the Tatra Phoenix, we give this one a go. Now this is 462, so this is less horsepower than the man. That's why I just want to do it against the man, because that one seemed to give us good results anyway. And that was a beautiful line through there. And we come to the first one, 33. Yeah, and we are struggling. I think it's just because you're under that 500 horsepower. And that's 11 mile an hour. And it's not accelerating, no. We're doing 11 mile an hour all the way, I think. Up 10 mile an hour. 11. Just got that back. And starting to accelerate now. Probably would have been better with a little bit less loading in these. And that was about a 31 mile an hour. Right, on to the Warrior. Right, so we've got the Warrior, the Lizard Warrior. Let's go for it. This is 2 horsepower less than the Tatra. We got a nice line through there, coming to the first cones, and that was a 32 mile an hour. But I think we're going to struggle here. That's a 10 mile an hour. So the extra 2 horsepower does make the difference between the Tatra and the Warrior by the looks of it. But we have no recovery whatsoever. Nine mile an hour. And he's starting to pick up a little bit. $31. So there doesn't seem to be a big difference between the Tatra Phoenix 6x6 and the Lizard Warrior. Now I was going to try on the next size trailers, but I don't think they're going to even pull it. But I suppose we better add. We've tried it in the first test on the man's TGXs, so let's try it with these. So we start off with the man TGS, and we've got 93,000 litres. I think we're going to go down to silly miles an hour on the other trucks, but we'll see. We'll give it a go. Picking up speed nicely. 32, 33, and hit the first one at 36. Oh yes, we're going to start crawling. 16. but it's maintaining it. 15. $13 an hour. And that wasn't too bad then, really. That did perform okay. 33. So moving on to the Tatra. So we got 93,000 litres. Let's go. Surprisingly, the man performed just as well with 93 as it did with 63. Lovely sweet rain there. And coming up to the first set of cones. 33. And that was about 11, 12. $32 an hour. So surprisingly, that performed pretty similar to the 63,000 litres. So adding that extra bit of load hasn't made a big dramatic effect. So let's go on to the Warrior. Let's try with the Warrior. And this is the 460 horsepower. It should do it pretty much the same as the Tatra, really, as there's only 2 horsepower difference. But it's a little bit slower already. That was a 32 mile an hour, but it was the same as last time. And that's definite 11. And we come up to the final checkpoint. And there it is, bang, 11. So that does exactly the same as with 60,000 or 93,000. And it's about 31 mile an hour. So there you have it. Not a big dramatic difference between the horsepowers. I think it's going to be the different brands will make a difference because of some of the modders. Obviously you can tweak your trucks accordingly, and I think some will be tweaked a little bit more than the other one, which is why the man in game works pretty well. And then with the Forest one, the 640 horsepower to the 80 horsepower, there's quite a big difference between 640 and 500. But that's another video. Go and check that one out if you haven't seen that one. And if you've enjoyed this video, then smash that like button for me. That would be much appreciated. And if you're new to the channel, why not check out I've got hundreds of other farming simulator videos. Go and have a look and see if there's anything you like. Righto, well thanks for watching. Till the next time, goodbye.